Well, folks, today is the big day. The Nobel Peace Prize winner is being announced, and of course, it is not Donald Trump. Much to his chagrin, and in spite of all of the campaigning that he has done this year, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before, for receiving the Nobel Peace Prize, in spite of the fact that he has done absolutely nothing to warrant receiving a Nobel Peace Prize. And according to reports out this week from the Financial Times, the people on the committee, the ones who actually make the decision, they're laughing at Donald Trump, literally laughing at one, his alleged list of accomplishments, and two, how pathetic it is that he is constantly begging and whining and crying about never receiving a Nobel Peace Prize. More in just a second, but first a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed, but almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far-right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. Now, there is no reason on God's green earth why Donald Trump should receive a Nobel Peace Prize. He has not accomplished anything that would warrant this. And for any MAGA folks who may have stumbled upon this saying, well, he ended those 10 wars. No, he didn't. And what's funny about that is that that's literally something that those on the committee and those close to the committee spoke to the Financial Times mentioned. They actually talked about the fact that that lie may fly over here in the United States because foreign policy-wise, as a country, we're not that educated because we are so far removed, we don't see it, whatever. But over in the rest of the world, they know that that is not true, and they laugh at it. And I laugh at the fact that I was 100% right with how Donald Trump's progression was going to go. He first said 6, then it was 7, then he said 8, and then he skipped 9, went straight to 10. And he's going to keep going, claiming he ended all of these conflicts, including, Palestine and Israel. So the rest of the world, especially the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, understands that he hasn't ended anything. And if any of those conflicts do end, it's not because Donald Trump stepped in as the strongman to say, hey, you guys knock it off. I'm the Trumpster here. Same thing with Israel and Palestine. Donald Trump is not the one who is creating the peace. And if he does create peace, as we know from the leaked plans of his administration, it's so that they can ethnically cleanse the Gaza Strip so that Donald Trump can open up a luxury Middle East resort. That's his plan. They literally have that in writing So if there is any so-called peace between the two countries, it's because Trump and Netanyahu got together to turn this into the, Riviera in the Middle East. So that's not exactly, something worthy of a Nobel Peace Prize. But I do love the fact the paper did talk to, some of the officials. The British newspaper quoted a European diplomat as saying that Trump's outlandish claims, such as his assertion that he has ended as many as 10 global conflicts, are not taken at face value across the pond. The official said, it has been hard to take some of his proclamations seriously. And then you had Nina Gregor, director of the Peace Research Institute in Oslo, believes that Trump is further hindering his chances by lobbying for the award with the help of his sycophants in Congress. She said, quote, putting pressure on the committee, going on talking about, I need the prize, I'm the worthy candidate, is not a very peaceful approach. Another one said, this is actually somebody from the Norwegian Nobel Committee, said, some candidates push for it really hard, and we do not like it. We are used to we are used to working in a locked room without being attempted to be influenced. It's hard enough as it is to reach an agreement among ourselves without having more people trying to influence us. And of course, they also talked about the fact that Donald Trump has whined to European leaders and NATO leaders about wanting that Nobel Peace Prize so bad he could taste it. But alas, it is not meant to be. Donald Trump, the biggest thing working against him is not that he's lying about ending all these international conflicts. The biggest thing working against him, according to the committee, is the fact that he has basically become a dictator in the United States. He is launching the military against our own people. They're doing all of these ICE raids and locking people in concentration camps, hoping they get eaten by alligators. Not exactly a good resume for somebody wanting to win the Peace Prize. So even if Donald Trump were to be the guy that finally makes peace between Israel and Palestine and it lasts, he has so much working against him that his name is basically not even under consideration. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.